Okay.
Okay. So, my God, it's end of month, which is a bit scary. Um,
Yeah.
going into May. I don't know where the time is going. I think as the older we get, the faster it goes. Somebody told me the fact about that. Apparently, when we're young, we tend to absorb and experience life better, every single detail of
Hmm.
childhood. You will remember because it was so special. And
Mm.
as you get older, you cannot just forget about how to be mindful and how to really enjoy life. And therefore, it feels like it's going faster. And I thought, that's an interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah. Or we
Well,
get so overwhelmed with trying to do everything.
and like we always remember, the first kiss and the first ride on a bicycle, and the first day at school, and now we kind
Right.
of go, we almost like experience everything. We feel a little bit void, so it's like we don't really stand still, we don't listen, and we don't appreciate things. And I guess it's very true with all the noise around us every single day.
Yeah.
So let me know how you went this week. I don't know if everybody's joining us today or not, but love to hear about your progress and where you're currently struggling.
Okay. I started to get into. I got a little bit like I've got to do the protagonist post and then the offer, and so those two things are the things I've studied, the workshops. But there's so much in each one, So I'm kind of like, I did write my protagonist post just quickly.
Mhm.
It's a bit long. It's like 4 pages long, but it really, I don't know if it's going to work that way. But there, but I still think that I love the idea of the philosopher. You be the philosopher and you set your boundaries, and this is how you work, and you don't work any other way. Like that is something that why I was attracted to you, because I got to stop doing all this other stuff. And so I
Yeah.
created that post, and then I'm starting to solidify the idea. It's taking a while, right? To the three tiers of the offer, like 400 a week, 250 a week, and then 500 a week, and setting the pricing. So I've done all that. But where am I stopped is, I guess, just getting clear that uh, I'm terrible. I'm a perfectionist. I want to get it right and make sure it makes sense. Um, what my thinking is right now is that uh, I don't know what to do when.
Hmm.
So once I get the offer done, then I can start sending emails every day. I'm not going to do that until the offer's done,
Yeah. Um,
right?
I would probably focus on the offer first. So, just kind of put down. It doesn't have to be like a long. Now, some people really overcomplicate it. Like you see, I try to put an offer down in, like two pages, 3 pages max.
Yeah.
Um, and usually I'll open up with a sentence, something like, this month, obviously let's talk about May, right? So you can go, this month, I'm opening 10 spots for people. Let's see if I can just share this screen with the offer. I mean, I have so many different variation because I tend to really go by seasons and what's really happening.
Hmm.
And so, I think like if I'm gonna start opening 10 spots probably this week. And let's see if I can find it. And I'm probably gonna do like a 16-week thing to get people in. Um,
Do you have this as a template I can use?
um, yeah, so if you go into the workshop, and I think I also posted it inside the community and a thread, the different variations. So all
Okay.
you really have to do is I would just highlight those. I would just highlight everything, put it in your own Google Doc, and then start changing the wording. Okay. And
Hmm.
like obviously the first thing I do, I just, I always talk about the branding. So I'm not just gonna go private invite, I put 6-figure high ticket. Yeah, so that's the name of my community. So I put that first. And then, the first line will be, this month I'm helping 10 people to take an extra 10,000 home every month without working more than 4 hours a day over the next 12 months. Okay. So if I wanted to, let's say, focus on 5 weeks or 12 weeks, I will probably put that here. Because obviously 12 months, it's a long journey, and maybe people around April, they kind of feel like they just want to test things. They don't want to really go into deeper kind of commitment. So I could change that, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, whatever comes to mind. So for me, obviously, it's always about talking about money, making money. But for you, obviously, will be something completely different. So you just explain what are you going to help them with. Now, the first thing, obviously, I focus on is the heart, is the core of what we do, obviously, the core offer. So I'm going to take them through the core offer so they understand how they can either validate their offer or increase the revenue that they, with the offer that they're currently making, or maybe just taking things away from that offer.
Okay.
Because they're overwhelmed, they're large team, the sales schools, so that's my bread and butter. So, I'll talk about the most important factor first. The second thing, I just teach people how, followers, it's a myth. You don't have to focus about followers, focus on quality of your content and how you're going to attract your private jet people. So that's the second thing that we're going to talk about. And then obviously predictable profit. So they're the 3 core things that I really focus on, because there's nothing worse than having a business and not having predictability. And then I'll take them through the phases, right? Phase 1, I didn't offer in the past, but, I'm going to take a one-on-one call with you once you're inside the community. So that's a bonus, right? I go, oh, gosh, she's going to spend an hour with me going through, my offer. Yeah, that sounds good. So I'll let them know that that's in the card. Sorry, if you hear the birds going wild. I've got birds sitting on the balcony and it's raining and they're going all a bit frisky. So I take them through phases because I feel most people get really overwhelmed if you can just go, this is all we're going to be doing, right? You're going to go this and this and this and this and this, and they kind of go, oh my God, this sounds too hard. So I take them through baby steps. So the second phase, so make it really clear what they're getting. They get access to my community, they get calls, they get support. And then we'll take them through phases 3, which means I get them to understand that there's a future with me. It's not something I'm just going to do very quickly and then abandon them, but I kind of go, phase 3, we're going to really go deeper into what it is that you're currently doing and see if we can take you on to the next level. Okay. So in the back of their mind, they know that this is a long game. It's not just, a quickie. So they go, yeah, okay, I get it. I talk about investment. I'm always upfront when it comes to investment. And as you can see, if I was going to promote 100 a week, I'll put the 100 a week. If I was going to promote a 250 or 400, I'll just put the pricing here. Now, I usually just kind of keep it just really low. And then once they're in, I can ask them to upgrade if they want to. So I don't make it sound like, unless I was doing a one-on-one and say, hey, we're doing a one-on-one. I've got 5 spots opening this month and it's only 600 a week. Okay, so I'll put that in there if it's a one-on-one. If it's different tiers, I'll kind of just go lower because I know I can get them in here easier than me saying 250 or 400. It's less overwhelming.
So you just pitch one tier at a time?
Yeah, I tend to do that because remember, if you keep offering the same offer over and over and over again, people get tired and they stop listening. So it is one offer, but I'm just announcing it slightly different. So they kind of feel that it's a new offer and I'm offering something completely different. So, if it was a 250, I'll be going, I have an offer for 250 and you get unlimited DM access to me. If it's 400, I'll be going, I have a 400 and you get unlimited DM and sales calls with me. If it was a one-on-one, I'll say 600, just you and I together, no one else. But I tend to really often when I open the 10 spots, I tend to just focus on the 100 because once I get them on a call, I can easily upgrade them to something else. It's just a
Right.
matter of getting them in.
Yeah.
And then
It makes
100 to be the easiest one to go, oh, it's only 100. Yeah, okay. I mean,
yeah.
and then when you get them on a call and say, where do you see yourself in here, right? Do you need me one-on-one? Do you need more access to me? Because, at the end of the day, people buy access to you. They don't buy anything else.
Yeah.
So that's an option. Then I let them know that it's no guarantee, love it or leave it. It's an asset, it's not a liability. You're free to leave anytime. So I'm not kind of keeping prisoners here. I'm not asking them to sign anything lengthy. So you can literally just copy this. You can copy these.
You're free to leave anytime because you're charging by the week.
Correct.
If I never operated that way before. I always said 3 month minimum
Yeah. Yeah.
because if they don't stick around, they don't get what I'm doing. They don't get the benefit.
Yeah.
But
So look, it's entirely up to
I-
you. This is the way I
yeah.
do it because I know once they're in, I'm going to ask them to pay me in full. Okay. So
Oh, okay.
I sent you an offer. I don't know if you've seen it. Did you see it?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so have a look. So you can do exactly the same thing. So I send you either an email or a DM, and I say to you, would you like to play the long game with me? Meaning, for the entire 12 months, and you get a bonus. So I deducted for you, I think I deducted the initial payment, plus I gave you another, I don't know, $1,000 and $1,500 savings. So that's how you get them in. Okay, so once they're in, then you can ask them to pay you in full and play the long game with you. And then you have scripts and galore inside the workshops where I show you exactly how I do it, okay? But if you just want to have a look at the DM that I sent you,
Yeah.
you might just want to replicate it the same way. Because, I believe in playing the long game. I don't want people to
Yeah.
come here and fiddle around for 4 weeks and then go, oh, it doesn't work. I want
No, I
people
get it.
so I want people to be committed, and I love playing the long game with most of my clients. So most of my clients have paid in full. Around 80% of people will pay you in full if you ask them the right questions. So you can do the same thing here. Because it's easier for you to get them in for 100 a week than you to say it's only 5,200 for the 12 months. Okay. It's less intimidating, less overwhelming. And once you get them in, they get to see you, get to trust you, they get to understand your principles, and they go, I'll play the long game, whether it's for 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. Okay.
Okay.
Guarantee and promises.
Start with 100 a week. You always start with 100 a week.
I always start 100 a week because I know I'm going to get them in at 100. And then when they're in, I'll take the first call. Like, I took the first call with you. I kind of went through the whole process, and then I sent you the DM, would you like to play the
Right.
long game? So that's how I do
Yeah.
it. But,
Okay.
if you want to try full payment
Yeah.
immediately, it's a hard ball. I'm going to tell you right now, things are super tough. People are very skeptical. Things have changed since 2024. So most of the market that we have now, it's a sophisticated market, meaning
Right.
they either invested in somebody or something before, and it either didn't work, or they didn't implement it, or they didn't believe in themselves that they could do it. So if you cannot get them into this very short little period of time and then get them to upgrade, it's the best way to run your business in 2025. Because people want to test things right now. They're testing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
They're
going.
skittish. Yeah, I'm really skittish. I mean,
Testing
I'm that way too. That's why I know. I know exactly.
I've been
Yeah.
around for 25 years. I know they're testing, so I can feel it. So that's why, I could go. I even sent them an email. I sent an email the other week and say, look, I know most of you have bought my workshop for $8, and I think 90% of them didn't even watch it. So a great way to make passive income, just selling tickets, but people don't take action. So I sent an email and say, I'm going to play a challenge in May. Pick and choose the workshop that you want to purchase from me, and I'll give it to you for free, except except I want you to bet on yourself, meaning there's a link for you to pay $100, okay? $100, and if you complete the workshop, I'm going to refund it to you. So I'm challenging them because at the moment they're all over the shop. So they'll pick the course that you want, and I'll give it to you for free, and then I'm gonna send you an invoice. And if I know you haven't completed it, I'm gonna keep the $100. If you completed it, you get a refund. So love it or leave it. So yeah, no liability. We don't take any further payments. You can leave any time, but you cannot rejoin for a year. Okay, so I'll make it very clear. Once they're out, they're out. I'm not going to bring them back in. No guarantees or promises. And then I'll just rephrase it in a nutshell exactly. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and then just simple, how to join the community. Message me back and say I'm in or I'm out. So you could do this via email, or you can do this as a content post.
And did you say that's in the program somewhere?
The what?
The actual letter? The actual Google Doc that you're showing me, is that somewhere where I can copy it?
Yes. So here.
Yeah, because there's a lot there, and I'm like, how do I find this?
Google Doc templates.
Oh, there. Oh.
Go to, and I've given you different variations. So version 1 with minimum commitment, and version 2 without commitment, one-on-one. And this is like 5 weeks. So if let's say if you wanted to bring somebody in for 5 weeks, like if you want somebody in really quickly, that's the Google Doc I will be using. So it's exactly the same. So this is obviously $250 a week. As you can see, I did one for the $250 a week. So, but I just wanted them in for 5 weeks. Because once they're in, I know I can tell them to stay with me.
Yeah.
So they are the different variations, and I kind of gave them to you so you can kind of pick and choose the ones you want.
With and without. Okay.
Yeah. So Google Doc, the
Google Doc templates.
The hybrid offer Google Doc templates. Yeah. So that's probably the best ones. And you know what? Like even like what I showed you the other day, Claude, you could probably kind of draft a Google Doc offer and then put it into Claude and say, can you create my Google Doc offer, and see what spins out.
Okay.
Now the protagonist post, I wouldn't do like a really long post because you're probably just going to exhaust people, but just them reading, just do a really short bulletproof kind of post about who you are, what you do, what you stand for, and what you don't tolerate. So, that'd probably be the best way, because then even if you do that and you download it into Claude or ChatGPT, it will start generating all kind of content for you if you wanted to use it for content or emails.
Oh, ooh, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's pretty cool. So I did that last week, and I just posted my protagonist post, and then I say, okay, now that you know who I am, can you just write me a series of 7 emails? And it just, and off it went, and I couldn't fault it. I couldn't find a mistake. Sometimes I will just kind of change the wording because I go, that doesn't sound like me. And I'll just kind of then send it out. So some of my emails right now I've written by Claude, then I've written by me.
I did the same thing with like a nurturing sequence.
Yeah.
And it just did it. It was
Yeah.
short.
So yeah, exactly. And I use it because it saves me time.
Yeah.
I don't use it because I think he's going to replace me. It just saves me a lot of time. So I have like, already 7 days sorted when it comes to emails and content, when I don't have to focus on that. I'm just focused. I hate doing videos, and this week I'm doing short videos because I'm going to use them for ads. And, you know, some people are so natural, they just stick their camera in front of their face and they're done in 5 minutes. I've kind of go, that doesn't sound right. I'm going to change it, you know, and then I spend here a whole day. I spend here a whole day doing like a 20-second video, you know, I go, oh my God. It's like,
I get it.
I
I
hate
know.
it. I hate it.
I did two 30-minute live videos this past week. It was like, but it
Yeah.
was good practice, really good practice to just go with it.
Do you use Descript? Have you ever heard of Descript?
No.
Ah, okay, I'll show you something.
Okay.
I am totally in love with Descript at the moment. It just saves me a lot of time. Now let's go. It's another, look, it's just another good tool that, you know, when you go live and you want to do a video and you're kind of stuttering, or you make mistakes, or you repeat
Yeah.
the wording and you go, or stuff
Sure.
like that. So this is a really cool tool because you can either download your script in here. Slow. So I just downloaded the script. Okay, so you can see it here. So, and then I'll just press record and it will play. But what it does, like, if I'm not happy with something, I could just remove it and the whole video will disappear. I could change the wording if I wanted to. I could do captions. So you can see at the moment, I'm just putting some.
So currently it's just me and Cass, who is my VA, and we're currently doing 75,000 monthly recurring revenue with 95% profit.
So, and then I can highlight some of this, for example, and turn them into a short story or a reel. So it's just repurposing like a long video. So this video is about 25 minutes long. So I can just turn them into short little reels and release them for, you know, stories or content and stuff like that. But I love it because when you're talking and you go, oh, you know, I just made too many ums and arms and what it does, you kind of go edit for clarity, remove filler words, remove retakes, shorten word gaps. You can put your logo in here. You can put all kind of different stuff. It also, so it also does little short videos. I absolutely love it because then I can go back and delete all the mistakes that I made. And it looks like I'm generally kind of looking at the camera, talking without any interruption or any, you know, a sneeze or a cough or and it just creates a brand new video. Absolutely love it. So Descript.
Wait, so how did you do, you feed it the video you made and it does all this?
So I can do two ways. I can either download a video that I already created.
Yeah.
Let's got a YouTube video and I'll just download it here, and then it will start typing the script.
Okay.
And then I could change the wording if I wanted to, or I can turn it into short reels and so on. But because I tend to write every day, I will write the content first, and then I'll press record and I will read in front of the camera what I'm saying. Hey, beautiful people, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I'm actually reading in front of the camera, and then I can go back and clean up all the ums and ums and the mistakes. And, you know, if I wanted to add, like correct the wording, I can do that. If I wanted to do like a short video, I can highlight, I can highlight it. Where did it go? I can highlight it and that will create, like, I can just do duplicate it and it will create a short video that I can use. Let's see if I got some examples that have already done it. So this is me just kind of showcasing obviously a document, but if I go into the projects, it does a lot of short short clips
Mhm.
that I can, basically, I'm just repurposing the video. This is like an hour long, so chances of people listening to a whole hour is very slim. I can just highlight and turn it into like a little story, and I can post it inside Facebook story, Instagram story,
Mhm.
and so on.
It's like you could do a 60-second section of it.
Yeah, you can do all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. I love it. This is me
How
kind
much
of.
does it cost to have that? Do you have to pay?
I think initially it was for free, and then I upgraded to the next one. And honestly, I cannot remember how much it is, but it's just so good. The other one that you could use, I think a lot of people use if they use their phones, it's BigVu, BIGVU. It's like a prompt, so you're talking to the phone, and you can see the caption. So you're kind of talking to the caption, scrolling, and then you can adapt and change the video if you wanted to use that. I think BigVu is also free to some extent. BIGVU.
Okay.
But I love this because you can use it for podcasting, you can use it for interviews, you can use
Yeah.
it for replays of your workshops. Because sometimes, like for example, now we're talking, and I might want to reuse this video that we are. So I'm just going to download it here and just look for some highlights, some important things that maybe was like an aha moment, and I could reuse that for YouTube's or whatever else. So it's pretty cool. I love it. And I'm not a master of, amending videos and scripting and all that. And sometimes I get Cass to do it for me. But if I wanted to do something really quickly, like I did a video yesterday for an ad, it was a 2-minute video, and I just quickly put it together and I gave it to the ads team, and it's off you go. So it just saves a lot of time. Because I remember back in the old days, we're going, record, oh shit, I made a mistake. Record, oh shit, I made a mistake,
Yeah.
Oh shit, I made it. So, you did about 50 takes. So you can do 50 takes here and still cough and sneeze and do whatever. And then you just highlight it and delete it. So, you don't have to start all over again. So it's,
That's
yes,
so great.
I know, some amazing new things out there to play with.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would really encourage you to put the Google Doc offer first.
Yeah.
And then once you have that together, then you can start thinking about your protagonist post.
Okay. Okay.
They will
I
probably.
I can figure out which one to do first, but I know that the offer is like really critical right now because
Yeah,
I don't have a lot of clients right now.
offer is first, because without an offer, we can't sell anything. So it has to be an offer that then you can validate. And then you
Yeah.
can send it out to people and say, hey, I've got this coming up. Would you like to have a look at it? I'm interested to see. I made it super easy for you to join us. It's only XYZ. Let me know if you're interested. And when I first started, I remember, I've wrote my very first Google Doc, and I think it was like a 40% conversion. Out of 100, about 40 people said yes, which was phenomenal. And that was about 40
That
months
is.
ago. Because I cracked the code, I think, because instead of getting people to say, hey, I usually charge $25,000 to work with me, and, would you like to pay me in full? And it was nice to get those kind of clients. All I needed is probably 2 or 3 of those a month, right? And I was done. But I knew that eventually I'm going to run out of an audience, so that could afford me. So I thought, well, what if I do that? What if I just ask people to pay me weekly? Or even monthly, like, with school, it's a monthly payment. What if, and what happens? So suddenly you open an opportunity for a lot of people to join you, because they just don't feel so intimidated by it, so they go,
Yeah.
what have I got to lose? A month of mentorship. If it didn't work, I can always leave. But, the secret is really, once you get them in, you kind of ask them to stay with you long term.
Well, especially if you offer a big result if you do, like
Yeah.
I do.
And,
Like I offer the huge
and
results.
And the other thing people stay is because, as you can see, usually I offer them some kind of workshops, like, 2 workshops a month. So it's a topic that really gets people interested. So they do
Yeah.
stay because they go, this is a pretty good deal. Not only I get mentored, but, they're actually showing me some new topic that is really relevant to my business or my industry, I want to
Yeah.
stay because, you know, it sounds really cool, you know. So doing that, it kind of keeps people really on guard and go, this sounds like something I want to do. So yeah, let's work on the offer first. Highly recommended to get that out of the way. Just one thing at a time. Somebody else was overwhelmed the other week, and I said, look, Rome wasn't built in a day. One thing at a time. Okay, so let's get the offer first, and let's focus on the other steps. And I'll
Well, and I know that the offer is, everything hinges on that, and it took me a while to wrap my mind around doing it differently from how I'd been doing it. But it makes it a lot simpler, a lot easier to deal with.
Yeah.
But again, like, how do I do that? You know, it's still, it's a learning curve.
Or have a look at the current offer that you currently have. Okay. And I would just highlight the things that are not going to change, the things that are going to stay the same, put them into the Google Doc, and then just start entering things that, you know, you want to start getting them to read. So like the phases 1, 2, 3, the pricing, how long it's going to be, and then the first 3 sentences is what's going to make it or break the deal, because it will get people to get curious about what it is that you're promising them. So first thing for me is like, hey, I'm opening 10 spots for people that want to work with me. Bang, only 10 spots. Second thing is, this is what we're going to be working on. 1, 2, 3, and then pricing, and then just repeat yourself. Stage 1, 2, 3. Super simple. Don't overcomplicate it. The more do's you put in, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, you're going to overwhelm them. So I remove a lot of do's. I just focus on what they're actually going to get and what is the transformation that we're promising here.
Right.
Okay, so just really focus on those bulletproof points. The rest will kind of flow.
It's a little tricky because I say with my business, it's a little tricky. I'm not promising them like you're going to make all this money. Although
no, I actually posted something today, which is really, I wanted people to know that none of my clients are here to generate, teaching people how to make money. I haven't got a single client here who is a business mentor. Okay, I want to be very clear. Transformation is way more important than making money. So we literally have clients here that transform people's lives. So just because I teach people how to make money, I don't necessarily attract people that want to make more money or teach other people how to make money. Most of my clients are some kind of a transformational field. So focus on the transformation, don't focus on generating revenue. Okay, that is rule number 1.
Let me ask you this, because I don't focus on that, and yet all of the people that I work with who come to me for something like they want to get to the next level in their real estate or whatever, I'm like, we can get you there, and we do. We get them to the next level all the time because we're removing what's been blocking them.
Correct.
So I can say that you will make more money, but I don't want to lead with that.
Yeah. I honestly believe that most people are overwhelmed with uncertainty, right? So they don't know whether they're going to be good enough. They don't know whether they're going to be successful. They're fearful of people judging, making fun of them. What if I can't deliver? It's that, you know, analysis paralysis that really blocks them from being successful. So 95% of the time, it's really a mindset issue. Usually mindset. And you and
that's what I focus on, but
else, you know, they're better than anybody
but
else.
then people say, well, you can't just sell mindset, and I'm like, that's what I am. I don't know.
95%, all the years that I've ever worked with clients, 95% was about their mindset, thinking I'm not good enough. I don't think I can deliver. I don't think I can do. Why will people buy from me? Why would they listen to me? I'm a nobody.
Right.
Yeah. So that is really an obstacle that they need to overcome. Once they get that, once they trust themselves, let alone the process, they need to trust themselves that they can. Suddenly the Pandora box opens up and they go, wow, this wasn't that hard at all. I actually can do it. So, you know, and unfortunately, I'm not a mindset coach. I'm, you know, I'm a business strategist, but I'm aware of it because I can see them. I can see most of my clients when they first started, they struggle with that.
Yeah, it is. It's
Um,
always a great
Yeah.
thing.
And then also the second thing is they over deliver and underprice themselves. They think they're not worthy. So, they'll charge peanuts
Yep,
and to get amazing results for other people because they want to
yep,
they want to feel they are worthy
yes,
enough. Yeah. Because without worthiness, we probably don't exist as a human species, right? So we want to be liked and loved and feel like that we contribute to something. So they tend to underprice themselves, okay? And I think how you price yourself is how the market will perceive you. So if you're really, really cheap, they're not going to take you seriously. They'll go, well, I have a problem and I don't think this person can fix it for me. But
right.
if you price yourself to a level when you go, that sounds like a fair price. If I was having the same issue, I probably would have charged the same way.
Mhm.
And funny enough, the more you charge, and I know it sounds a cliche, but the more you charge, the better quality clients you tend to find because they
Right.
value your time and they understand what it is that you can do for them.
Yep,
So yeah, it's
I
a
know.
funny game.
It is.
I don't know what it is with me. I don't have a mindset issue, probably because the way I was raised. So it was
Mm,
something like I had a lot of objection in my life and I tend to overcome them on my own.
mhm.
So it's something that I think you're kind of either born with it or you're not. And I really don't care about what other people think. So I don't focus on what my competitor is doing or who else is doing this new strategy or why is this strategy working better than mine. I just shut all the noises. And the best way to do is to, I don't know, either meditate or breathwork classes or do something that it will shut down all the chaos. So that's what I'm good at, and maybe that's a gift. I don't know.
The superpower, yeah, it absolutely is.
Okay.
I'm good at it too, but I also, because I've been through the deep, disbelief in myself.
Mm,
And and then I started working with people and they were getting amazing results. And then I learned, oh, I
yeah,
actually am really good at this, but I didn't believe it in the beginning.
yeah, yeah.
It took a few years, really.
Don't get me wrong. I wake up sometimes and I go, such and such, is probably doing the same thing that I do, and it's making, millions of dollars, and I go, well, I can't really compete with somebody because I don't know what they've done or what they're doing, right? So
No,
it's pointless. It's pointless to me to be somebody else.
yeah,
So I'm just me, so that's probably the
yeah.
best medicine. But yeah, we
This
will
will
get
be you, nobody else can be.
exactly. Everybody else is
Everybody else is taken.
everybody else is taken, right, as they say.
I love that. It's
Uh,
good. All right,
cool.
good. Well, I appreciate
Uh,
it.
Yeah, pleasure. So yeah, please don't feel frightened to ask question or drop the Google Doc. I'll have a look at it and help you out.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I can send it to you if
Yeah,
when I
yeah,
get.
yeah, 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 absolutely.
In my
Uh,
protagonist post, I think it is too long, but I have the right idea of it. And I like the way it sounded. I kind of sounded like you. So I'm
cool, excellent.
it's like I don't screw around with this and I don't screw around with that. I just do this and that's what
Yeah,
I'm doing.
yeah,
It's really cool.
yeah, absolutely, totally.
Yeah.
And let me know whether you can't find the offer that I sent you. Happy to send it to you
Yeah.
again. But
I just haven't even opened my email much.
yeah, I think I
Probably.
sent it to your email and maybe I sent it to your DM. I'm not quite sure, either one or the other. But I'm here. I'm here to play the long game with everyone that I work with and see
Yeah.
what what the future holds. And I think it's really exciting times ahead of us. If we sound a little
Totally.
different and we do something a little bit different from the rest of the world, I think we
Mhm.
will find a successful journey in your business, in your business journey, and also in your private life. So it's more important than anything else. Keep
Yeah,
the
for
happiness,
sure.
lifestyle, and the freedom that we all crave for. That's all
Totally.
at the end of the day. It's not all about work, work, work. It's about
No, and I break it up. I do video and then I write something for Substack and then I, coach a few people but I like variety too. But
otherwise we get bored. We have to keep it interesting. Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
All right,
I will
Monica.
send it to you
Pleasure.
and even if you looked at the protagonist post as it is now, I'll shorten it But if
Okay.
you just give me some feedback on it, so I'd be like, is this, am I heading the right direction? And how's it
Yeah.
sound?
Just put it
Okay.
down in the community and I'll have a look at it today.
Okay, great. I'll do that.
Cool. Thank you. Have a good
Yeah.
day. Bye.
You too. Bye.